Hi everyone, good afternoon. Today I'm going to present my work on the strategies in learning the Japanese culture in post-COVID-19. I'm Hong-Seng Gan from the Malaysia Alumni of Sakura Science Association. Digitalization is identified as one of the most important ongoing transformation of contemporary society and consists of many elements of our daily life. Since the outbreak, the pandemic has accelerated the use of online media platform in our daily life. In the education, exchange program has adopted to virtual mode with the use of online tools such as the Google Meet, the Tencent, the Webex, and the Zoom in order to avoid the physical interaction. Due to the increased use of these online tools, there is an increase of digital literacy on the public perception during this period, and the adoption rate of the digital tools for online meeting has increased significantly. After the pandemic, the virtual and the physical exchange continue to coexist. Despite the new emerging trend, the latest learning practice of Malaysian academia remain unclear and needs to be found out. Previously, exchange program has provided an important platform to exchange learning between two groups of researchers. This exchange of learning include the sharing in terms of the technical knowledge as well as the skills. Huge amount of financial support has been put into different exchange program by different institutes or organizations to support this kind of bilateral or multilateral exchange initiatives. Notable supporting institutions or organizations include the European Commission, the Japan Science and Technology Agency, and the German Academic Exchange Service. A previous study has been conducted to identify the elements of pre-COVID-19 exchange program that has contributed to the cross-cultural learning. While in another example, the Royal Society has initiated a review on the effectiveness of international exchange among the researchers, which concluded that the research exchange could lead to better international network, better research output, and more career perspective. So with after the outbreak, more people are adapted to the use of online platform for the interaction and socialization. However, there are discussions about the effectiveness of exchange program on cultural learning and academic exchange. Well, it has been proven that the pre-COVID-19 exchange program has achieved great successes, yet it is quite hard to extend the similar perception onto the post-COVID-19 exchange program due to a lot of constraints and the change in the daily life of human. As such, the pandemic has introduced a new norm to the public, and the virtual exchange has become another alternative for the academia to perform the knowledge sharing and the transfer of technical skill. As a result, these kind of studies are needed to understand the level of interest among the academia in post-COVID-19 exchange program and their belief in current exchange program to promote the cultural learning and intellectual exchange. As a result, we have rolled out a survey on studying the level of interest in the future virtual and the physical Japanese exchange program. Then we perform an investigation on the learning strategies in culture and academia where the Japanese exchange program in post-COVID-19 era. So this questionnaire consisted of four sections, which are the demographics of the respondent, the level of interest in the future virtual and physical exchange program, the learning strategies in the future exchange program, and the conclusion. So in total, 100 respondents were recruited throughout this period of survey. The respondent age ranged from 22 to 46 years old, where 57.6% were females and 42.4% were male. Meanwhile, majority of the respondents were undergraduate, which constitute of 39.4%, followed by master degree holders 33.3%, and lastly, the PhD holders 27.3%. This questionnaire adopted a 5-point Likert scale ranging from strongly agreed, which is denoted as 1, to strongly agreed, which denoted as 5. Descriptive statistics use the means and the standard deviations to interpret the level of interest in the future virtual or physical Japanese exchange, and their learning strategies were studied. So the pie chart shows the level of interest demonstrated by the Malaysian academia in the future, which is on the left side. It shows for the virtual exchange program, and on the right side for the physical exchange program. So in this survey, there are 4 options given in which the respondents are going to respond to whether they will demonstrate a higher interest in the future physical exchange program, or they will demonstrate a higher interest in the virtual physical exchange. They will demonstrate a lower interest in the future physical or virtual exchange program. They will maintain a same level of interest in the future physical or virtual exchange, or they cannot judge their current level of interest in the future physical or virtual physical exchange. Accordingly, 66% of the respondents has demonstrated a higher interest in future virtual and physical exchange program respectively, while 10% of the respondents has reported lower interest in the future virtual program compared to 5% in the physical exchange program. So for instance, the findings are indicating that Malaysian respondents are open to both the virtual and the physical exchange program in the future, which is a good sign for the future exchange program development. Well, the second set of results shows that the promotion strategies in the cultural understanding, which the result is shown on the top row is for the physical exchange program, while for the bottom row is for the virtual exchange program. The aspect of the cultural understanding in the physical exchange program is divided into the practice of the Japanese language, the practice of Japanese culture, and the practice of Japanese social value. While the aspect of cultural learning in virtual exchange program is divided into cultural related games, cultural seminars, and the virtual museums. So the results is shown on the left side of the presentation. Based on the findings, 54% of the Malaysian respondents have indicated strongly agreed that the physical exchange program are useful in learning the Japanese language. Meanwhile, 60% of the respondents indicated that strongly agreed the physical exchange programs are useful in learning the Japanese language. Well, 56% of the respondents indicated strongly agreed that the physical exchange program are useful in learning the Japanese social value. On the other hand, 64% of the Malaysian respondents indicated strongly agreed that the cultural related games in the virtual exchange program, 63% of the Malaysian respondents indicated strongly agreed that the cultural seminars in the virtual exchange program plays a role. Meanwhile, 45% of the Malaysian respondents indicated strongly agreed that virtual museum in the virtual exchange program represent a good strategy in cultural learning of the virtual exchange program. So based on these results, we can conclude that exchange programs are important as a platform for knowledge sharing and cultural learning. Currently, there is a mixture of virtual and physical exchange program being offered to the public. So, therefore, there is a need for understanding the level of interest for both modes of the exchange program and promotion strategies. It is found out that both the virtual and the physical exchange have received equal amount of interest among the Malaysian academia. Meanwhile, the physical exchange program serve as a good venue to promote the cultural learning, while the cultural related games in the virtual exchange program can provide an important channel for cultural learning in the digital era. Before we end this presentation, we would like to acknowledge the financial support provided by the Toshiba International Foundation (TIFO) in supporting this project. Thank you.